Outrage is the headline at Premier's jab scare. Epidemiologists and doctors have accused the Palaszczuk government of undermining the national COVID-19 immunisation program after Queensland officials warned against taking the AstraZeneca vaccine and accused Scott Morrison of putting lives in danger. Now, Gary, I know the Jeanette Young scenario is a difficult one to talk about because she's your next governor, and I know that you and many people in Queensland have had a lot to do with her, and everyone tells me she's a really nice person. But gee, do you reckon she overstepped the mark a bit today with those comments?
Look, Jane, the whole thing's really unfortunate because she spent the last, 18 months being a sort of political human shield for the Palaszczuk government. And today she's just been awfully used by Annastacia Palaszczuk. And this is proof positive of why what happened with the New South Australian governor, where the Frances Adamson resigned her position as the head of the Department of Foreign Affairs. She retreated from public debate. And frankly, the fact that poor Jeanette has to hang around in this chief health officer role through to November is not a virtue for her. And I actually think the wisest thing she can do is to leave that post now, because she's just going to keep getting used by this dreadful, hapless Palaszczuk government that have really fouled up so many things. We've had 5 or 6 different instances now where Queensland government organisations, either hospitals, either jails or hotel quarantine, have actually been at the heart of why coronavirus, COVID-19, has got out into the community. Ordinary Queenslanders are paying the price, while public servant Queenslanders want 2 days off if they get a COVID jab. So there's something awfully unfair in all of this. Awfully unfair. There is something
awfully unfair. And what about Victoria's Martin Foley? Gary, saying that more than 12 million Australians are under lockdown as a result of the hotel quarantine system leaking. That's just not true. And the Daily Telegraph, which we'll get to shortly, has got the story, the limo driver there. That wasn't hotel quarantine. Now, there are faults with transport there, but he was driving freight crew. So, Gary and Caleb, as a nation, we need to ask ourselves questions about freight, too. There are myriad ways which this virus can get in. Gary, I'll go to you first, and then you, Caleb.
Look, Jane, I think it's fair to say that any grown-up who's involved in any industry that comes into contact with people who may or may not carry this thing, and look, let's face it, the Delta strain, while it may be more transmissible, is like any other virus, it's actually less lethal. So more people might catch it, but we're not going to jump at every sneeze, are we? Or are we? And so
we are over here. We are.
Oh, yeah, well, we are. And I mean, it's the sneeze that stopped the nation, basically, is what's going on here as well. But look, Jane, it is unreasonable to be picking a fight about this stuff. We need some certainty around the vaccine, which, by the way, doesn't stop you getting coronavirus, doesn't stop you transmitting coronavirus. It just simply mitigates the effect. So, we've had a chief health officer in Queensland working in concert with a political person in the Premier, compromising the governor in waiting. That's the point I made. And she's now thrown this enormous thermonuclear device at the poor old AstraZeneca vaccine. And it's making people like me who are over 60 feel as though, well, we're expendable, while those under 18 we should be worried about. That seems to be the message today.